Being a man is about improving yourself, reaching out your hand to lift others in the direction that you are going. Better man, becoming a better man. That is our direction, our aim. That is the mission that we are compelled to pick up each day. What can I do today to become a better man? It is a beautiful Monday morning, and on Mondays we are going to embrace the ideals, the characteristics, the direction of what masculinity means. I believe we are in a society, a generation today where they are diminishing, even neutering the great aspects of what masculinity means, and they are leaving a generation of lost boys with a confused, even lost state of identity. So we are going to begin to reclaim what it means to be a man, restore the ideals of responsibility and ownership of manliness, and become the men that we know we can be, and become an example for not only those around us, but society as a whole. And if we want to take control of the steering wheel and begin to direct our own direction, we've got to know what it means to be a man, and especially in our role, our function as a member in the community that we are in. So what better way than to map out our definition of what it means to be a man? Here is my definition. A man takes action, one boot in front of the other. I'm doing what I can on a daily basis to become a better person, a better example. And a man takes complete ownership and responsibility. I'm directing my own vehicle. I'm aiming at the course that I want to go. I am responsible for my choices. I'm responsible for my actions. Therefore, I'm responsible for the consequences. I own my life. No one is going to mislead or misguide me. It's all on me. And in doing that, that's freedom. Also, a man is physically, mentally, spiritually fit. Just a well-rounded man taking care of all that he needs to in order to become a better person. And I'm a father. Therefore, being a man means being a provider, a protector, not only financially, but emotionally, physically, spiritually, just helping my son to advance into the man that he's fully capable of being. Also, a man is adventurous, man. We love to take risk. We love to live life to the fullest. We have fun. We enjoy this gift that we've been giving. We don't take things too serious. We know when to have fun. Also, a man is of high character, man. We embody these traits of masculinity. We're virtuous. We're honorable. We are full of integrity. We have an impeccable word. We say what we mean. We mean what we say. We do what we say we're going to do. Also, a man is adaptive. We know shit happens. Change is going to happen. Change is constant. But we adapt, we adjust, and we embrace the idea that change is not a weakness. Change doesn't set us back. Change is progressive. Change moves us forward. Change teaches us new ways to become better and better. So, it is Monday. We are going to talk about masculinity. It's a big topic. I've been reading a lot of articles, and there's this idea that masculinity is toxic. A lot of research is going in to try to prove that the characteristics of masculinity, this stoicism, this competition, this strength, this power, is more toxic than it is benefiting. And I want to state this right now, that the ideal, the philosophy, the virtues, the characteristic of masculinity are never toxic. They never have been. They never will be. What is toxic is men. And men will fail, but masculinity, the ideas behind masculinity, will never fail. They're great. These virtuous qualities of stoicism, understanding self, mastering emotions, of strength, being strong when needed to be strong, of integrity, of being honest, of being virtuous. There's these characteristics of taking responsibility and ownership of our lives to improve the lives of those around us. And what does fail is men. Men are dangerous. Masculinity is never dangerous. It's men who are dangerous. It's men who have this lost identity, who are powerless, who do not understand their emotions, who walk in this timidness instead of this strength. It's men who are bullied because they don't know how to stand in their strength. It's men who try to intimidate and demean others. It's men who try to objectify women. These are the dangerous men of society. Masculinity is never dangerous. If we teach men to embrace masculinity and the ideal virtues of masculinity, then we begin to see men who are improving themselves, thus improving those around them, being an example that society can follow. Many researchers want to argue, for example, they use school shooters. They're using this power. They're trying to assert their dominance and their aggression, and they're using all this competitive aggression, assertive this power, and they're going out and doing crazy things. These are not boys embracing masculinity. Boys are embracing this video game structured life of you have to dominate, you have to. Man, masculinity is not so much about dominating other people. Masculinity is not about exerting power over others. Masculinity is not being aggressive to the point of harmful and dangerous attributes. Masculinity is about embracing the man that you are. Masculinity is about embracing the responsibility and ownership it is to become a better person. Thus, inspiring those around you by being an example. These school shootings, these guys were lost. These are just boys that are hurt. They've been bullied. They're intimidated. And by trying to regain some form of manliness, by trying to regain some form of dominance, they go out and do these horrific things. But if we begin to teach that masculinity is not toxic, if we begin to teach that masculinity is actually inspiring, that masculinity is actually empowering, not only for the man that embodies it, but for those around him, his family, his friends, even women, men becoming empowered. A true man embodying masculinity empowers not only himself, but he empowers women. We're in this together as a society. We take responsibility for ourselves. We take responsibility to empower, lead, inspire others. And it's only by embodying the virtues of masculinity, of being, of having integrity, of being honest, of having this conviction to become a better person, to be an example for those around you, and always aspiring to do the next right thing. That's what it means to be a man. It's never about demeaning or intimidating others. Being a man is about improving yourself, reaching out your hand to lift others in the direction that you are going. If we want to change society, if we want to redirect this course that is diminishing the ideas of masculinity, we've got to begin to stand in it, embrace it, and show people that the great characters of being a man are very noble, they're very virtuous. And we begin to do this by inspiring ourselves to become a better man. And by being a better man and just putting one boot in front of the other and being the example that others need to see and embodying the virtues of responsibility, of ownership, of being the strengthened man that understands himself, that understands his emotions, and that walks in the power that we've been given, we begin to become an example to not only those that are saying that masculinity is toxic, but more so to those that need it. There's a lot of boys out there that need the idea, the concepts, the virtuous qualities of manliness. And we do that one step at a time. Today, deciding I'm going to be a man. I'm going to walk in the integrity. I'm going to walk in responsibility. I'm going to walk in ownership that's going to provide me a better life and be the example to those others that may be in this lost state of confusion. There's a lot of talk about toxic masculinity. Masculinity is never toxic. Men are toxic. But we've got to realize that we've got to be an example to those men that are lost. And we can only become an example by becoming the men that we know we're capable of, by embodying the characteristics of masculinity. It is Masculinity Monday, man. Embody some of the virtuous characteristics that it means to be a man. Do the next right thing, one boot in front of the other, and become the example that society needs to see in you.